If all our thoughts are naturally occurring to us, why do we almost immediately rethink our impulses and intrusive thoughts? When you think, I want to mess up this beautifully arranged table for no reason, are you really holding yourself back because of the conditioning of living in a society with rules? Or is it a testimony to a deeply natural reasoning side of you? It is a lot of the latter. Even when you say you have poor impulse control, you're already doing an incredible job at it. Here's how. Scientists have formulated the dual process theory that says that brain actually functions with not one but two different operating systems, just like how you can load both Windows and Linux on a laptop. Type 1 is a fast brain, impulsive, emotional, automatic. It reacts before you even finish your thought. Jump, run, call them names, trash that insul's car. But these are not desires, although some of us may debate on that last one. These are more like simulations. I saw that Islamic philosopher Al-Ghazali had talked about khatir, or flashes of thought that can lead to positive or negative outcomes, some 1000 years ago already. Essentially, type 1 operating system is your fast brain trying to be a supercar on the Autobahn, saying brakes, they're a conspiracy theory. Contrast that with the system 2, the slow brain, the voice of reason, the now wait a minute system. If I jump, who will work for capitalistic systems tomorrow? That's dark. If I run now, I'll have to keep running. No. If I call them names, that's going to start a whole thing. No. If I trash that car, I'll get arrested. It's not worth it. Thomas Aquinas called this mind ratio. Maybe where rational comes from? We already know about mindfulness. 2 out of 3 parts of Plato's tripartite theory of the soul, namely reason and spirit, actually map with these two. This contrast between the two runs deep. American philosopher and psychologist William James talked about deliberate decision-making to ensure one achieves a more rewarding life. That makes it about identity and how our thoughts fit in with our own identity. In that sense, if a thought fits your identity, we call it intuition. If it clashes with your identity, we call it intrusive. This brings in a fascinating conundrum. Consider these 3 points. 1. What we call intrusive are normally thoughts that disrupt a regular functioning of some kind, either society or ourselves. 2. What we call intuitive and intrusive are dependent on our identity. 3. Each individual's identity is very unique from another individual's. Does this mean that if there is a human out there who has shaped their identity around acting without thinking, looking around at some people, you'd actually wonder if this is true, that actually follows that logic and reason are what they would consider intrusive, as opposed to the other way around? What would that life even look like to avoid logic and reason as soon as they appear? There's also an argument that System 1 is a remnant of the hunter-gatherer instinct that needed to make split-second decisions, and System 2 is what made us build civilization. Philosophically, you can think of this whole thing as your fast brain continually testing your slow brain to see where the cracks are. You can of course think of it as System 1 trying to escape. In the interest of intrinsic community, I want to believe that System 1 is like an ethical hacker trying to find vulnerabilities to close. Although I might be too optimistic for my own good. Be gentle with yourself.